Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my MotoGP 19 mod career mode here, and today we are here for round number 9 of the season, and today's race is going to be the German Grand Prix at the Sachsenring. If you guys missed episode 8 for the Dutch Grand Prix at the Dutch TT of Assen, then do check out the episode, guys, by clicking the card in the top right hand corner of the screen right now, as there will be spoilers ahead. Now for this episode we're going to try once again and improve in the championship. We've got a much needed win in the last race at the Dutch Grand Prix, and we really cut down the gap to Dovi, and I'm hoping to do more of that here today at the Sachsenring. The Sachsenring, once again, a track that I really enjoy, and a very unique circuit for the amount of left-handers that it has. So we're going to see how it goes, and hopefully we can go pretty well around there and be competitive. As always, we're going to first of all jump into practice and focus on the R&D, make sure we get some points, and then after we're going to focus on setting a good enough lap time to get it straight to Q2, and then we will take on qualifying. But let's see how it goes. If you guys are not familiar, then currently, as you can see on the right hand side, we have the current upgrade screen of what we've done so far this season, just to make sure that the bike stays competitive in most circuits. So we might be adding to that sometime soon, depending on how this race goes or the next coming races, and seeing how the performance goes in terms of whether it maintains itself or it drops. But either way, we're going to jump into practice and like I said, hit those practice programs and then move into qualifying. So let's jump into it and let's see how the bike goes around the Sachsenring. Okay, so currently we're in FP1. We've already hit all the benchmarks, so we're going to look at the test results just to confirm we have maximum points pretty much, and there you go. So now we're going to move back into practice, as it is a dry session. We're going to take full advantage of the conditions, and we're going to see if we can try and set a good enough lap time that's good enough for Q2. Currently, the AR seems pretty quick around here, so I'm going to have to work on my pace a little bit. So I'm going to get to work, try and set some lap times, and see if we can try and set a decent lap good enough for Q2. There we go, then that's a better lap. That should be an improvement. Let's see where we go, and it's a 17.8, and we go fastest by 0.7 of a second. That's more like it. That lap should be good enough for Q2, so let's call it a day here and move into qualifying. Okay, then here we are for Q2 for the German Grand Prix qualifying. Straight in, as always, practice. The lap was good enough, so we're going to jump straight into things here. Let's see how it goes for the session. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we could try and get another pole position, make it 9 out of 9. But first of all, we need to try and make sure we have the pace. And based off of practice, it might be a little bit closer for qualifying than it has been in recent races. So let's get to work and let's see how the session goes. What an incredible lap already. My first run in the session. Just so much pace. And I hooked it all up beautifully. A little bit wide there, but we're just about going to get it on the curb and not go into the grass. Across the line, and it's a 17.6. My fastest lap of the weekend to open up my account. What a lap that was. Unexpected, to be fair. I struggle to match my practice laps, but what a lap that was. That was insane. Pretty much hooked up every single apex. I'm going to keep, circulating, / maybe go back into pit lane, depending on how things go. I'm going to let time tick down a little bit because there's still quite a way to go yet, so things could change. Oh, 3/10 up. What a lap that was going to be. I'm on the grass now. I've ruined my line. I've got grass on my tyres. I've got time for one more, so I'll keep on circulating, but that was a really good lap, that was. Oh, man. Oh, wow, okay, never mind. There it goes. I pushed turn 1 too much. I've got it so perfect last time on the brakes, so that's going to be it for qualifying. And we're going to call it there. 15 seconds to go. It's looking good for pole position, so let's try and bring this one home. So here we have the final qualifying results then, and we take pole position at the Sachsenring, 9 out of 9 with a 17.6. 9/10 clear of Marc Marquez, and second clear of Maverick Vinales. Dovi P4 in the Ducati, my championship rival. Lorenzo, very good P5 for him in the other Honda, and then Rossi P6, Mir P7, Petrucci P8, and Crutchlow running out the top 9 there in the first 3 rows of the grid. With that being said though, guys, that is going to be a grid for the race tomorrow, and we're now going to move into the race and try and see if we can convert the pole position into yet another race win, and try and bring home the full 25 points. Let's jump into it.
Here we are live from the MotoGP class starting grid, where riders and engineers are talking over the last few details before the start of the race.
Indeed, it is time for the German Grand Prix here at the Sachsenring. Let's get the bike sorted out. First of all, we're going to go for tyres. I'm thinking I'm going to go medium hard because I think I'm going to lean on the tyres a little bit more this race. I think I'm going to need to use those rears as well. And there's a lot of left-handers here, so a little bit harder front is going to help me out as well. And I think it's going to be close race pace. I do think it is going to be close. A bit like, past races where recently it's been a bit closer. I think this one's going to be a bit of a challenge, and I'm looking forward to it. That being said, though, we are going to jump into it here, and let's try and convert this pole position into another race win. It's time for the German Grand Prix. Let's jump into it.
Everything is ready to start here at Sachsenring. Concentration is at the max because it's extremely important not to lose positions early on this track.
Here we go. Clutch pulled, first gear selected here at the Sachsenring. The lights are on, and they are off, and away we go. Let's try and get a good start here off the line. Good start once again. We managed to hold on to our first place into the first corner here. There we go. Recently we've been getting some great starts, and the last race as well in Aston we managed to hold on to our start, and that's really good. 2 good races in a row where we hold on to our pole position. Fantastic stuff. I've still got obviously the other one behind me breathing down my neck, but nonetheless, for once another good start makes a change, and we're starting to get on top of this now as we make our way towards the halfway point of lap 1 already here. 14 laps in this race, one of the shortest, if not I believe the shortest race on the calendar. So we're going to do the most laps at 14 here today. But so far looking good. I'm already extending a bit of a gap out to whoever it is behind me at the minute. I'll try and catch a look over the line a bit wide there. Got to be careful. It's Dovi currently P2 battling out with Marc Marquez. So those two are going to scrap it out for second most points. And look at the gap I've got already coming down the waterfall here. And it's looking very good so far as we come into the penultimate corner. Lap 1 draws to a close. And we're starting to pull away here. Dobby now holding on to P2 quite comfortably as Vinales takes third away from Marquez, who drops down to P4. So Dobby looking to maybe mount the challenge from P2. I guess we'll find out. But lap 1 is done in the books, and we've got a very good gap here. Not over a second just yet, but still a good gap. A little bit hot into turn 1 there. I can't brake as late as I do with the soft tyres in qualifying. I can definitely notice that already. But luckily no one's going to challenge me there. So let's try and get ahead down here. As Marquez actually takes P3 from Vinales. And let's see if we can try and really establish dominance here. A bit like in Assen, where we finished 20 seconds clear of second place. Let's try and get that gap opened up as much as we can and really try and dominate this race. Good pace, 18.2. The AI and the warm-up are doing low 19s to high 18s, so pace is good here at the minute, setting the pace. And my qualifying lap was a 17.6, so we're only 6 tenths off that on harder tyres. So very good pace here, opening up a gap now, quite a substantial one to Vinales, who's currently P2. So there we go, working out beautifully from me. Lots of battling behind, no one's breaking away from the pack, which is exactly what I want. And the breakaway is on here, and this is a good chance for me to really close the deficit to Dovi in the Riders' Championship and get those points back on side. 17.9 into the 1 minute 17s now. Pace is getting faster and faster. Feeling more and more confident. I'm not going to keep pushing too much though, because I don't want to risk falling off. I'm just trying to get the gap out earlier, and then we'll try and settle down. But we still have plenty of laps to go yet, so I need to keep pushing. 17.7. We're getting closer to our qualifying time here on these harder tyres. Very, very strong pace at the minute. No one can keep up. Vinales is still P2, which is good. But I think we're looking comfortable. Now we can start to maybe bring it back a little bit, try and calm down the pace a bit, and try and win this race now comfortably, as we've already done our job now and got the gap out to second place. Oh my god, a 17.3. Where's that come from? Wow. Unbelievable. This bike is just phenomenal to ride around here. And I'm just getting faster and faster. Somehow I'm going faster than qualifying. Even though in qualifying I felt like I hit the perfect lap. There was a couple of tenths in it, when I fell off a couple of times, but I'm absolutely nailing it here in the race. What an incredible performance. Right then, on to the last lap of the Grand Prix. It's been dominant, it's been comfortable. What a performance, I've really enjoyed it. The bike has just been fantastic around here. Similar to Assen, just a really consistent bike. Tyres holding up beautifully and giving me that consistent performance. And we've got a great gap to the bikes behind. Let's bring this home and try and win another race. Here we go then, into the final 2 corners here. Let's bring this one home and pick up another 25 points after 25 points in the last race at Assen. Final corner now, up to speed, there we go. And there it is, we're going to come home to win the German Grand Prix and pick up 25 points. A little bit of a wheelie over the line, this time not crashing over the line, but there you go, another win. Now let's find out where Dovi finished, and did he get second, or did Vinales hold on, and will Dovi lose even more points in the championship battle? Let's find out. Wow, there we have it then, we win, but Joan Mir gets P3 in the Suzuki. Vinales P2, Dovi only manages P4, and Marquez P5, so I'm surprised to see that. Joan Mir, what a performance. And Danilo Petrucci P6, De Lorenzo P7, Valentino Rossi only P8, and Johan Zarco P9 on the KTM, fair play to him, good recovery. Then we've got Rins P10, and then we've got Crutchlow, Iannone, Miller, Bagnaia, and Espargaro running off the 15 that score points here today. And then outside of the points, we have Rabat, Espargaro, Oliveira, Siren, Quattararo, Morbidelli, Nakagami, and Carol Abrams. So there you go then, guys. That is going to be it for the race results. Now let's move into the Riders' Championship. And as you can see, we are now 8 points behind Dovi. And the last 2 races have been fantastic for us to close down the gap. And even Vinales is still kind of in there. He's getting himself into the race and is, in the money. 25 points behind. You could still make something happen there. And it could be very, very interesting. In terms of the constructors, though, as you can see, we take the lead and we overtake Ducati here, thanks to the work from myself and also Johan Zarco and also Paulo Espargaro. We all overtake Ducati as a constructor. So KTM lead the way in MotoGP, and finally in the team championship we are P4. We do extend the gap to Suzuki slightly. However, Yamaha lead the way still, 11 points clear of the Mission Renault Ducati team there. So all the results are pretty much unchanged except for the Constructors' Championship. But with that being said, guys, if you did enjoy this episode of the MotoGP Career Mode, drop a like on the video and also get subscribed for daily Formula 1 and MotoGP content. Turn on notifications to not miss a single video from me, and finally check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next episode very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.